Back with another pre-recorded video, June 26th while it's closed. So let's just jump into this video. So, well, you guys, I wanted to talk about this article that came out a couple days ago, and this is facts. It says James Gunn's Superman lost half the audience of Zack Snyder films, which is true. That means, and it's confirmed now, that you gun clowns is the small minority, and you guys need to accept that. I mean, just accept your little win that you got, but you guys are in the minority based on ticket prices, based on the tickets sold, and based on this article that really confirmed this, that you guys are in the minority, and accept that. It's okay to be in the minority, but you got to respect the majority, and this is why we Snyder fans, we need to keep this thing pushing. Yes, James Gunn and them are moving forward with their slop, and we are going to move forward with our mission and our boycott. You know, Supergirl cannot win in 2026. We have to make sure we don't show up, and make sure we send DC Studios a message like we did Superman. But let's just take a look at something, because somebody, a subscriber of mine, made me realize something, that Superman is a disaster when you factor in BVS. I mean, it's not going to beat Man of Steel, but just take a look at the international for BVS, because I wasn't even paying attention to that. BVS, if you adjust that for inflation, it wipes out Superman's whole box office run, pretty much. It did a half a million in just the international. So if you adjust the international alone for inflation, Superman is a total flop at this point. So you guys out there claiming it beat BVS domestic, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. This number right here, the domestic, I mean, let's be honest. Ticket prices went up $3 since 2013. And a lot of you clowns are saying that it did better domestically, which on the surface, it looks like that. But when you sell half the tickets, that's a confirmation that the domestic is basically there because ticket prices are high. And what does that say about the international? Because inflation is worldwide at this point, and sometimes even worse than the US. This 253 that means nobody showed up. If this is all they got for the international box office and ticket prices are still up $3 from what they were a decade ago, this means nobody showed up. Because honestly, this 340 means nobody showed up. This is a flop. On the surface, it looks good, and a lot of you clowns on YouTube can call it what you want, but the reason why this domestic is so high is because of the ticket prices. Because if Zack Snyder's audience didn't show up, which they didn't, I mean, some did, but if the majority didn't show up based on this confirmation and based on the tickets sold, that means the only thing that's carrying this domestic box office with Superman is the ticket prices. That's it. Nobody really showed up. If you factor in the inflation or whatnot, and I don't really like using inflation, but nobody showed up. And I mean, just look at BVS's international. It pretty much wipes out Superman just on the international box office. So you guys are in the minority. Zack Snyder fans are the majority. I mean, I think Superman is 50 million tickets behind of Zack Snyder's. Like, yeah, so that means the only thing that's carrying this thing on the surface is the high ticket prices. That's it. And then when you factor the high ticket prices, when you look at Superman's international box office, that means nobody showed up. Nobody showed up. Nobody showed up for this shit neither. So this is a flop. And a lot of you clowns can call it what you want. You still haven't gave an excuse why the stocks is still down and hasn't recovered. It's been down ever since Zack gave that beautiful call about James Gunn, that earnings call about James Gunn. It was a bad earnings call, and a lot of you clowns don't know how to read an earnings call, and you're just running with stuff you don't know about. If it was a good earnings call, the stock wouldn't be down damn near 7. It's damn near 7%. Lost 7% in one day. Lost $3. It went down $3 in that one day, and it hasn't recovered. Actually, it's gotten lower. So it is what it is. They can move forward with this slot. We're going to move forward with our boycott and our movement, and we're not going to stop until we get what we want, or they're going to have to sell the company to somebody else. James Gunn is not going to convince us quality folks, the majority of Zack Snyder fans, to accept his crap. And I'm going to do a number on that Peacemaker. I mean, if it's good, it's good. But from what I'm seeing, it's crap. And I don't even know what I'm getting myself into, because I seen the preview and I can't believe a lot of you clowns like that shit. That is some nasty shit that you guys like. But yeah, so you clown, you James Gunn clowns, you are the minority. You need to accept it now. It's been proven that you're the minority and Zack Snyder fans are the majority. But what do you guys think? I think this confirms everything. Zack Snyder, hell, James Gunn couldn't get Zack Snyder fans to support this shit. Yet the domestic box office is doing so good, but it's behind 50 million tickets behind Man of Steel. Doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense to me is the domestic is really carrying this film. That's because ticket prices are so damn high, but it still proved that a lot of people didn't show up. No one showed up. If inflation is up, what 3 or 4%, then these international no one showed up. That's what that tells me as a business person. Nobody showed up. And that's why they had to release it early. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I think this proves that we are the majority. So since we are the majority, we're going to keep the movement going. Either they're going to give us what we want, or they're going to have to sell the company. I don't give a shit if we burn down the company. I don't give a fuck. They're going to give us the Snyderverse, or we're going to continue with our movement with zero fucks given. But I don't know. What do you guys think? You think we're the majority? This says we are the majority. I don't know. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, no Snyderverse, no money while it's closed. Peace.